Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Los Angeles, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. So I don't know if you saw what happened. They had the BRICS meeting. So the United States has been such unbelievable warmongering, hegemonic imperialists that the rest of the world is now creating coalitions to thwart us, and one of them is BRICS. And
would you say it's the rumble of currency?
It is and so now they had a big meeting, they had their big summit, and there were 20 heads of state, 30 countries involved. They want to now BRICS controls more of the world's economy than the G7 countries do, which is
great.
So
great job, everyone.
So guess the biggest news that came out of that was that longtime Haiti enemies, India and China, are now pals.
Well, that's nice.
That's moment. Remember Modi? Remember when Tulsi was running for president? What's your position on Modi?
Yeah.
Well, he met with Xi Jinping on the sidelines at the BRICS summit. India-China relations are important for the people of our countries and for regional and global peace and stability. Mutual trust, mutual respect, and mutual sensitivity will guide bilateral. So the world is coming together in peace as the United States bombs pipelines, funds genocides, threatens sanctions on half the world, including Russia.
Okay, wait, Jimmy, can I just tell you something the great Condoleezza Rice said that I texted to you that is, look, someone's got to rule the entire world. Do you want it to be Russia or China? Shouldn't it be us? They literally say this. They literally say this. So think of just that mindset of that is like, this is all in the service of somebody has to win the big game and control the whole goddamn world. Think of how crazy that is. That's like mad scientist shit.
Yes. Hi, America. It's me, India. I know we've had some good times together, and I'll always remember our time together, but it's time to move on, especially since you guys have lost your shit and the world hates you.
Well, not only that,
sincerely,
Jimmy,
India.
Yeah, not only that, you know how Iran and Russia and China have the hypersonic missiles that we don't have?
Yes.
I was like, how does that happen? And my girlfriend pointed out, well, we started outsourcing all the components to everything a long time ago. So the moron capitalist, by the way, if you love capitalism, just so you know, this is why we could never win a war with any of these countries. We've never won a war since World War II, by the way.
That's right.
But we can never win now because they make the stuff for all our fancy shit.
How are we going to go to war against China? They make everything.
So, and that's how, because I realize like that makes no sense to me that we can't make hypersonic missiles because we spend so much on war compared to everybody else. Well, our awesome capitalist oligarchs have been sending the components out, and I guess they're like, well, they don't know what it's for. Well, I think they do know what it's for. I think they've guessed, and they come up with new things.
Kashmiri Hindu tweets out, the West's worst nightmare, Russia, India, and China coming together.
Well, I'm sure Peter Zeihan will have a great analysis of why China's about to go down any minute.
So it's been a nightmare for the West. Iran, Saudi Arabia, India, China, Armenia, Azerbaijan, they're all seeking better relations. Syria's back in the Arab League. Russia is beating NATO. BRICS is stronger. Africa is awakening. And the U.S. is arming a genocide. The empire's dying, everybody.
Wow. It's like, how often do you think about Rome as a man, Jimmy?
Right?
You know that meme? That's why the book of Revelation is applying now and people notice this, because we're doing all the same bullshit that Rome did. And that book was written about Rome.
That's right.
So if you're going to do the same stupid game, it's going to be the same stupid prizes forever.
Headline, have India and China achieved a border breakthrough? Many people said this was impossible. BRICS makes this happen.
This is like Rogan getting Trump and Kamala Harris on. Like, why aren't they on the mainstream? Well, you guys suck and everybody's sick of you. That's why. India
and China agree to de-escalate border tensions. There's
Great.
The headline.
Good job.
No thanks to the United States. India and China have agreed on patrolling arrangements to de-escalate tensions along a disputed Himalayan border, which has seen deadly hand-to-hand clashes in recent years. India's top diplomat has said. Vikram Misri said on Monday the two sides have agreed on disengagement and resolution of issues in these border areas that had arisen in 2020. He was referring to the Galwan Valley clashes, the first fatal confrontation between the two sides since 1975, in which both sides suffered casualties. Relations between the neighbors have been strained since then, since 1975. But because the United States are such hegemonic maniacs and warmongering neocons that the world has hated us so much that they can come together. Since 1975, they've hated each other. An agreement has been arrived at on patrolling arrangements along blah, blah, blah. The Indian Foreign Secretary statement comes just a day before Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi travels to Russia for a meeting of BRICS nations, which includes Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. So this is probably, according to our friend of the show, Arnaud Bertrand, this is probably the biggest story of the BRICS meeting so far, a very noteworthy change of attitude of India towards China with the border agreement and this declaration by Modi after years of antagonism. And there they are.
We were counting on them being enemies. We were counting on that. Okay, that's when you hear neocon propaganda bullshit, they're always like, oh, India and China hate each other. It's never going to work. You assholes made it work out.
That's how much they hate. Yes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So here, reminder that the relationship got so bad that to this day, there are 0 scheduled flights between both countries, and India doesn't deliver visas to Chinese nationals, even for tourism purposes. India is also probably the one country in the world under the most intense anti-China propaganda regime, even far worse than in the West. Not sure exactly what drove this change, probably a growing realization that the Asian century won't happen with India and China at odds with each other, and that this hostility was becoming the elephant in the room for BRICS. Also, probably India realizing with the scandals around the murdered activists in Canada that the best it could ever hope for with the West was to be a junior subordinate who should know its place.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow. It's kind of like Diddy, how he went down because he didn't want to be a subordinate, but they're winning with this.
And so this means the fear of reprisal no longer hangs over their head. They're no longer fearing the United States.
Oh, great. Great job, U.S. Marco Rubio was a prophet saying this would be bad.
this thing that the thing that these countries are shaking their fist at is weak and dying. And by the way, that's us. Yeah. That's the United States.
They don't like cancel culture. If it helps you in American terms, they don't want sanctions. That's cancel culture. You're canceled. I don't care if your family starves.
So there's no United States there. These are the biggest countries in the world. India, Russia. By the way, Russia's economy far outpacing the United States.
Hey, look at those autocrats in all those pictures, Jimmy. All those autocrats.
Autocrats.
Oh my God, I hate them so much. But guess what? Every one of them is, and I mean on every level, a better human than Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yes.
Putin, for sure. Putin is a angel of God. Compared to Benjamin Netanyahu, whose name ironically means given by God, Putin is an angel, a beautiful angel compared to that sack of shit.
Look at Modi setting himself up for that picture to look like a really old Jesus. America's Azerbaijan negotiations on the sidelines of the two. There they are. That's Armenian, Azerbaijan. So they're supposed to also be, and they're all coming together at BRICS.
And Azerbaijan was just massacring them.
That's right.
On behalf of Israel, by the way.
Look at these two enemies talk to each other like adults. Now, the Democrats in the United States, they don't want Donald Trump to have civil conversations with Putin.
Right.
They want him to hate him and go to war. They want to go to war.
Well, that's because they're not actually in charge and they have to do the directives of what they're told by the people that own them. And these autocrats, I guess, get to have more sway over their oligarchs than we do. Not over our oligarchs,
right.
Never. That's why we have these sanctions.
Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Los Angeles, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.